All right, guys, I'm going to talk about environmental manipulation or improvised weapons that kind of go hand in hand in understanding what you're going to do. This is today's ARMR up striking progression, and this is just getting you to think outside the box a little bit. This isn't your typical like, okay, I'm going to throw a strike today. I'm getting you to think. So many people show up to blade courses and self-defense courses and they just don't think like this. So I'm going to get you to pull in your environment. Okay, the first thing that we have on there is an offensive manipulation or an offensive improvised weapon. Okay, if somebody starts coming at me with a blade, and say I don't have a firearm on me or I'm just manipulating in my environment and I start getting charged with the blade, immediately I'm start looking for something that I can be offensive with. Okay, this is perfect right here. I've got distance. I can use this as a striking tool. I can shield away from him. I can impact. Okay, I can block and I can close the distance, and it's going to help me crash the gap. If I've got this guy right here and he has a blade in my hand, I don't want to crush the carbon fiber nice tripod stand here my media crew is using. But essentially, if this guy's using a blade and I can hit him and be able to strike back and forth to be able to create pain and distance, then that's something I want to be able to utilize. Even this top part's made out of metal. Swinging this at the guy or using it to be able to trap that hand. Anytime we're talking about counter weapon, what do we say? Clear, control, crush. So if that's the hand that the weapon's in, and I know that, and I'm starting to get charged, at least I'm going to start attacking his bicep and forearm so that when it connects with that weapon side or that side that the weapon is on, I'm going to connect it and I'm going to put a ton of pressure to pin that arm and track wherever it goes. So then what's my next move? Here, 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 until I can either gain control myself or escalate to a position that I'm not worried about it anymore, or I take his will to fight away. Okay, that is our first offensive manipulation. Now, if you're in an environment right now watching this, just look around you real quick. What would you utilize for an offensive manipulation, an offensive weapon that you could utilize to crash the gap, create pain and compliance, and utilize to your advantage? Today's striking progression is exactly that. Walk into an environment, find something, and even if you just go touch it, so if you're at work or something, people don't think you're weird, right? Or even in the gym, what could you use? A dumbbell. You can use a barbell. Anything that you're gonna be able to create space and pain with. Go and put your hand on it and understand how you would utilize it. Feel it. How would you manipulate this thing to be able to deploy it to make you more effective and enhance your overall performance? Okay, those are the offensive that I'm looking for. Now, the next reps are going to be shielded. Okay, a shielded environmental manipulation or a shielded improvised weapon. Okay, I'm not necessarily going to say defensive because defensive, yes, it's protection, but at the same time, I don't want to give you the wrong mindset. If I'm going for shielded and I see somebody to crash the gap, oh, look at here, I have this perfect LVL bag to be able to grab and utilize. Okay, if I can grab this and start wrapping this thing up in my hand to be able to utilize as a shield, this at least gives me something, and I even have armor in here. Okay, I have rifle armor, so I could stop rounds if I needed to, but in this case, what I really want to talk about is that blade attack. If somebody comes and tries to crash the distance with me, well, this is one more thing where I'm going to do the same thing that I did with the tripod from a defensive perspective, is I'm probably not going to cause a lot of pain on him with this. If I hit him on the arm or I hit him in the face, I'm not thinking that's going to really take his will to fight away. So that's why I'm saying that this is shielded versus what this could be, or a bar stool, or a barbell, or something that's going to cause more pain. This, for me, is more of a shield, so that if this is the arm that he has the blade in, as soon as he's in some type of arm's length distance or crashing the gap, I can fend that side off, again, tracking on where the blade is, creating a little bit more space and a layer of protection from me to the weapon until either A, I can hurt this guy enough to be able to take his will to fight away, position myself better in the room, or be able to control the limb that has the weapon. As soon as I make contact with that side that has the weapon, I am not gonna let pressure off until I have control or I'm at where I need to be. Even if this was a close thing, when we're sitting here and we're messing around with where the blade is and I can't get good control, well, maybe the next step is where I'm going boom, 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 and then I start manipulating a pistol. But again, we're not always gonna have the option to have a firearm in every environment. So I wanna be able to layer this first. That is the shielded portion. This is the type of offensive portion that I'm looking for. Find both of them, and then throughout the day, switch each environment again and again and again, looking around and saying, what would I utilize in this environment? What could I use to my advantage to set myself up for success, to protect myself or somebody that I love that I'm around? That's what's gonna help you guys trigger that when you need it. If you don't rep this out in training, or you think about it on a daily basis, there's no absolutes, and yes, you could possibly rise to the occasion, but you're gonna be less likely to train and connect those neural pathways that are gonna give you the permission to go get what you need in your environment to apply it in the first place. Keep that in mind. That's the striking progression for today. It's all about thinking today, okay? Less physical, but more about thinking. If you guys are combatives experts and you're training on this every day, or you got a good training partner, sure, get some reps in. Don't break each other's teeth, but get reps in. That's what's gonna make you guys better. We'll see you guys in the next one.